What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the Water Juice channel, and welcome back to some more reaction to EA and Madden releasing their top 10 player lists with the ratings of what they will be like in Madden 22. We're getting into it. We've already discussed wide receivers, we've discussed rookies, we've discussed running backs. Now it's time to discuss the defensive linemen in Madden. And I'm sure everybody in here knows who number one is. I'm going to put it up right in this general area. You guys already know right now. It's right there. So you guys will be able to see it. Basically, Aaron Donald's 99. We all knew it was going to happen. It's not a shock. It's a foregone conclusion that it was already going to happen. Aaron Donald is a 99. He's been that way for 5 years, I think, or so. I think it's been 5 years in Madden that he's been a 99 overall. He's the best defensive lineman in the league. He is both in Madden and in real life. He is the most dominant player we've seen in a long time. He is the most disruptive player we've seen in a long time. He backs it up. He's a Hall of Famer, a future Hall of Famer. He may go down as one of the greatest defensive players of all time, not just defensive linemen or pass rushers. He may go down as one of the best defensive players of all time. And we get to witness it. So that's pretty cool. So Aaron Donald is a 99. We all knew that was going to happen. That's no shock here. But 94, it takes a big drop off. You're telling me that there's not another defensive lineman in the league that is semi-close in overall rating to Aaron Donald? The next closest is a 94? And you have Fletcher Cox as a 94? Okay, interesting. I probably would switch the two. I probably would have in my personal opinion, I would have Chris Jones at a 94 and Fletcher Cox as a 92. That's just me, because I feel personally that Chris Jones is a little bit better than Fletcher Cox is. Cox is a little bit older. He's a little bit slower. He gets a little bit more injured. And Chris Jones, a tad bit younger, more athletic, more disruptive, in my opinion. I feel like Chris Jones is the better player. So I would probably flip-flop the two, have Chris Jones at a 94 and Fletcher Cox as a 92, right? Did I say that right? Chris Jones 94, Cox is a 92. Yeah. Okay. And then DeForest Buckner comes in at 92 along with Cam Hayward. Cam Hayward is a little bit older now. He's in his mid-30s, I think, maybe low 30s. And having him still at a 92 is pretty impressive because he's still a really good player. He's still a very important player to the Steelers' defense. He still is a very disruptive player. He can still make an impact on a play if he needs to. He's still a good pass rusher. Having him at a 92 is a solid rating for him. I'm glad that he's not super low because he's kind of getting older. You know how Madden likes to treat the older players in the league. They kind of knock them down in overall, and the regression system just absolutely destroys them. So I'm glad to see that Cam Hayward is at a 92. That's a good spot for him. DeForest Buckner, I feel like in a couple of years will be a 96 if he keeps having a good career, because DeForest Buckner's still young on the Colts at this point. And the Colts have a really good defense, and I think he could be the main reason why the Colts have a good defense, because he's a monster. He's a menace in the middle of the defensive line. He is a very hectic pass rusher. He gets to the quarterback a lot. He causes a lot of fumbles, gets a lot of sacks, gets a lot of strip fumbles, a lot of hard hits. He's a good player. I like DeForest Buckner. I think 92 is a good spot for him because he has room to grow. Michael Pierce at a 91 is good. I think that Michael Pierce probably should be a little bit higher on this list, maybe at a 93, but that's just me because I really like Michael Pierce. I really think he's a good player. I think he's, in Madden especially, is a really good player. He plays really well in that Ravens system in Madden, and so I feel like, at least in Madden terms, he's probably the third best pass rusher on this list, but that's just me saying that. That's just my opinion. Having him at 91 is good value because he's not super expensive, and he's still a top lineman in this league, defensive lineman. So if you get him in a franchise, he's still got room to grow. He'll still progress probably to a 95, 96 at some point during your season. Maybe it'll take 2 seasons depending on how well you're playing with him. But he's still going to be a pretty high 90 overall by the end of your first season. And he's going to be pretty cheap. I don't know if his contract's coming up, if you'll have to pay him or not. But getting him on your team would be very good. He's always a good value pick for any franchise, Michael Pierce. Calais Campbell at a 90. Calais Campbell's getting older. He is getting older. He's very expensive. He probably doesn't have that first step like he used to. And I don't know. Is that a good rating for him? Yeah, I guess I could probably see Calais at an 80, 88, probably like 88, 89. I'd probably move him down just a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. I guess having a 90 is not horrible because he's still a really good pass rusher, and especially in Madden, he's still a really good pass rusher. I think he might have superstar. He may have superstar X factor depending on the situation. 90's an okay spot. I'm not horribly upset at that. Then we got Kenny Clark at an 89 along with Stephon Tuitt, both at an 89. I feel like Kenny Clark should probably be in the 90s. He should probably be in the 90s because he's a difference maker. Now, I'm not saying all these guys aren't difference makers, but Kenny Clark is a different kind of difference maker. He has off the field issues, but not really that many off the field issues, if at all. I mean, I'm just saying that, but Kenny Clark is good. Stephon Tuitt is also really good, but Stephon Tuitt out of all these guys is probably like the most underrated guy on this list because he doesn't really get talked about that much in the media. He just goes out, does his thing, and he gets an 89. I feel like he should be rewarded for that. I feel like he should be higher up, maybe like a 92 or 91 or maybe even a 93. I don't know, but I feel like these ratings are so like clustered together. I feel like they should be a little bit more spread out. I feel like maybe you have Chris Jones at a 95. Maybe you have DeForest Buckner at a 94. You have Cam Hayward at 92. You just spread it out a little bit more. I don't know. It just feels like everything after you get past Aaron Donald is so compacted. And is that really how it is? Is there really that many players in the league, the top defensive linemen, that are so close together that it's so compact like this? Like all the talent is so equal? I don't know. But Vita Vea at an 88, coming off of a Super Bowl season, is that a good spot? I don't know. I think it is, but we'll have to wait and see. It's still too early to tell for Vita Vea. Yes, he's a really good player, but I think it's still a little bit too early to tell how good Vita Vea really is because he's still super young. He's still got a ton of growth. And I think Vita Vea could still be like a really good player in a couple of years in your franchise. I think he could be a really good player because he's going to grow. He's going to have superstar. He could even have superstar X factor, and he's going to grow really well in your franchise in a season or two, and it's going to be really good for you. So getting Vita Vea, yes, he's going to be pretty expensive because he's on his rookie deal, and his rookie deal is a lot. But getting him on your franchise is good value because he's going to grow. He's going to be in the high 90s by the end of maybe even your first season, but definitely after your second season. So getting Vita Vea on here on your team would be really good. And 88's a good spot for him because he's still got a ton of room to grow. Now, I did notice that Joey Bosa and Nick Bosa aren't on this list, which means that they are lower than 88, obviously, which is a little bit concerning. I probably wouldn't have Kenny Clark I probably wouldn't have. I don't know who I would take off this list because Joey Bosa and Nick Bosa both deserve to be on this list because they are both two of the best defensive linemen in the league. So maybe we take off Stephon Tuitt and Vita Vea and switch for the Bosa brothers. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. Let me know down below what you guys think. If you would move anybody up or down. If you guys agree with this list or not, let me know. That's going to do it for me, though. Smash that like button, hit notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.